is to recruit the so-called keyboard warriors. No? Nakalagay po dun. Sa slide number 3, please. Can you please show another slide? Ayan po. Naka-emphasize dyan na talagang to recruit so-called keyboard warriors, potentially Filipino citizens, to operate fake social media accounts. So ngayon, we come to the more important part, Mr. Chairman. If you look at the service agreement, makikita po natin sa isang bahagi nito ang pagbanggit na tinatawag nilang mga keyboard warriors, na emphasize ko nga po dyan, na tinagurihan pa nilang dedicated, dapat, at loyal sa kanilang organisasyon. Now, the use of this term raises several questions. Dahil klaro po to this body that there is no other interpretation for this word. Alam naman po siguro natin lahat na ang salitang ito ay commonly used to refer to trolls in the internet, o yung mga taong aggressively and abusively posts on the internet. Pag sinabi mo kasi nga keyboard warrior, ito po ay sa ating pagkakalam, ito po ay trolls. No? And the fact that this is being used in a contract and in relation to an issue management project points directly to coordinated online behavior. At nakataka rin po, Mr. Chairman, ang paggamit po nila ng term na issue management project, while this can mean any number of things, pero paired with keyboard warriors, nagmumukha po talaga itong isang deliberate effort to shape the narratives online. And since this is a contract with the Chinese Embassy, medyo concerning lamang po, Mr. Chair, kasi kung ano mang political narrative o campaign ang nais nilang iparating sa publiko, medyo meron pong tumatrabaho yan. Yun na yung sinasabi natin keyboard warriors. Now, I'd like to show you sino ba yung Infinitus na kakontrata ng Chinese Embassy? So, sino nga ba si Infinitus? Sino ba ang nagpapalakad nito o namamalakad dito? Ayon sa kanilang Articles of Incorporation, pwede bang iangat yan, konti? Nakikita natin ngayon na mayroong mga Pilipinong incorporators.
Paki-zoom na muna, paki-zoom, para makita natin yung mga incorporators of the Infinitus.
Meron po mga Pilipino incorporators ang kumpanya nito. Pero kung titingnan natin mabuti, mukhang lumalabas na po na isa na namang Chinese-run company ito. Kung makikita natin, ang mga incorporators ng kumpanya ay ang mga pangalan Ruby, Jestiaga, Christine Lee, Min Lee, Pin Lee, Maika Isabel Basco. Ngunit, according to Mr. Pin Lee himself, when he attended the hearing, he is also married to a Filipina incorporator. Isang detalye na nagpapakita, Mr. Chairman, that despite there being 3 Filipino owners, mukhang talagang Chinese naman po ang nagpapatakbo ng kumpanya nito. Bago po tayo tumuloy sa issue niyan, tingnan po muna natin ang Infinitus as a company. Ano ba ang kanilang activity? Ano ba nangyari sa kanilang kumpanya? Can you please show the next slide? Ito, napakahalaga po nito. Kung nakikita ninyo, Mr. Chair, kung titingnan natin yung kanilang audited financial statement, makikita natin na negative na ang retained earnings nila. Ibig sabihin, sila po ay lugi. Umabot na ang kanilang deficit na halos 30.6 million pesos as of the end of 2023. Mukhang nabubuhay lang itong kumpanya nito, Mr. Chairman, dahil sa shareholder advances. Ika nga, yung mga may-ari ay nag-a-advance, no? Nahigit na po 26 million pesos. Pero ang catch dito, Mr. Chairman, wala doon sa asset column ang mga advances na ito. Ibig sabihin, nagastos na ang pondo at wala tayong nakikitang kita nila o asset ng kanilang kumpanya na kapalit. Even more concerning, Mr. Chair, is the fact na 100 milyong piso na ang hawak ng kumpanya under shareholders advances. Pero hanggang sa ngayon, hindi pa rin klaro kung para saan ito at sino ang nagbibigay. Nakalagay pa sa records na non-interest bearing and payable on demand. Ang advances na ito, ng mga incorporators na ito, ng shareholders na ito. Pero wala tayong makita kahit simpleng breakdown kung paano ginamit ang pondo o kung sino ang mga involved. Mr. Chair, this is a red flag that demands scrutiny. Mr. Chairman, one can only surmise that Infinitus may be functioning not as a legitimate company, but perhaps as a financial pass-through, or worse, for funding activities with no clear commercial return. What is truly shocking, Mr. Chairman, is that despite the financial hemorrhage that this company is experiencing right now, based on that record, and absence of sustainable revenue, the company has continued to receive payments from foreign entities, including the checks, or the check shown earlier, issued by the Chinese Embassy to Infinitus. Now, can you move to the next slide, please? Mr. Chair, kailangan din natin i-point out na walang designated treasurer. Ito, nakakapagtaka po ito. Na walang designated treasurer ang kumpanya base sa kanilang 2024 GIS. Linawin ko na, Mr. Chair, na lahat na pinapakita natin dito ay nakuha po namin through open sources. Ito po ay mga submissions nila sa SEC. Pero makikita natin na dyan, yung Miss Micah Pointon, ang pumirma dun sa kanilang 2023 amended annual ITR bilang treasurer ng kumpanya nito. Malinaw po na may inconsistency dito at posibleng may misrepresentation sa kanilang official filings. Dahil dito, nananawagan tayo sa ating mga regulatory agencies, BIR, SEC, na tingnan po natin mabuti ito. Tukuyin ang tunay na likas na mga transaksyon ito. Failing this, Mr. Chairman, I am afraid that it will only deepen the suspicion that these advances may have originated from entities with interest far beyond what is reflected on paper. Mabigat po kasi ang implikasyon nito, Mr. Chairman. Hindi lang sa compliance, kundi national security na rin. At this point, Mr. Chair, we can only speculate, but what little we see already calls for an immediate investigation. In the next slide, I will show you, ito po si Miss Micah Basco. No? Sa kanyang Facebook page, yung kanyang followers ay mahigit 364,000. No? Isa siya sa mga Filipino incorporators itong Infinitus na ito, Mr. Chair. At base sa aming impormasyon na nakalap, mukhang isa rin po siyang social media personality o influencer. Kasi sa laki ng kanyang followers, no, 364,000 ng kanyang followers. Sa Instagram naman, meron din siyang follower na 357,000 ayun sa website po. So dito sa Facebook, 364,000 sa Instagram, 357,000. So ayon sa kanilang latest GIS, General Information Sheet na sinubmit ng Infinitus, itong si Miss Micah, siya rin po ang dinalagang corporate secretary. If you recall kanina, pinakita natin, pumirma siya bilang isang treasurer. No? Sa kanyang sinubmit na dokumento, sinasabi doon na siya po ay treasurer ng kumpanya nito. Pero dito sa informasyon na ito, itong Infinitus, itong GIS ng pinaka-latest nilang GIS, kitang-kita po na siya rin ang umipirma bilang corporate secretary. Ayan po, si Ma'am Micah Isabel Pointon. So, hindi ba nakakapagtaka at ito isang red flag? Bukod sa non-compliance, merong malaking tanong na naiiwan sa isipan ng ating mga kababayan. Now, as a corporate secretary, Mr. Chairman, si Ms. Micah, pumirma po dun sa audited financial statement ng Infinitus. As a side note, this part of the financial statement should not have been signed by the corporate secretary. Under the SEC rules, the statement of management responsibility for the financial statements must be signed by both the President and the Treasurer, hindi po yung Corporate Secretary, who are accountable for the accuracy and integrity of the company's financial reporting. Pero sa base sa pinagaling GIS na nila, nakita natin na walang itinalagang treasurer si Infinitus. Di ba? Wala pong pinakita na treasurer doon. Compliance po, under SEC rules, na yung presidente at yung treasurer po ang magsasabihin. Ang ganito mga, So again, this is another red flag, Mr. Chairman. Kung walang treasurer, ang kumpanya, ibig sabihin nito, walang opisyal na responsable sa pamamahala ng pera ng kumpanya at sa pagprotekta ng mga pondo ito. Lalo na may malaking halaga ng shareholder advances, 26 million as was shown earlier, yung advances ng mga shareholders. At malaking pagkakalugi ng kumpanya. They're running on deficit of more or less around 30 million pesos. Ang kawalan ng treasurer ay nagpapataas ng pagdududa sa internal controls at pananagutan at pagiging mapagkakatiwalaan ng mga financial disclosures ng kumpanyang Infinitus. Ito lang po sana ang nag-iisang irregularity na nakita natin dito sa kumpanyang Infinitus na ito. Siguro pwede natin pilit-makang sabihin okay lang. Pero as you will see later, Mr. Chair, there are other irregularities that bring suspicion to the company as well as its dealings with the Chinese embassy. Can you show please the next slide? Kita niyo po yung service agreement ng Infinitus at ng Chinese embassy. Makikita natin dito na may yet another designation of Miss Pointon in the company, now as the alleged marketing director of Infinitus. Kanina, siya ay corporate secretary, sa isang dokumento, siya ay isang treasurer. Ngayon naman po, siya naman po ay isang, talagay po, ay bilang isang marketing director ng Infinitus. Ay dito, yan, kita natin dyan sa service agreement na yan. Ang Infinitus and their service agreement with the People's Republic, the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, with Ms. Pointon as the representative of the company. So if you look at the service agreement, Mr. Chair, na ayon naman si Infinitus representative sa kanilang pagharap doon sa Senado, ay ito daw po ay hindi totoo. Makikita po natin na ito ay may letterhead ng Infinitus. It appears to be signed by Ms. Pointon. Nandun sa baba, yan yung signature. Ang ibig sabihin lang, hindi raw sa sinasabi nila that if you look at the lower right portion of the agreement, the signature which appears there are signatures that we have seen a while ago in the GIS and AFS, or the Audited Financial Statement of Infinitus. Ito po ang signature ni Ms. Pointon. Ang ibig sabihin, hindi daw po totoo. Pero pag tinignan mo ang mga pirma, ay tumutugma sa mga pirma ng officers ng Infinitus. Kasi dinideny po nila itong service agreement na ito. Sabi nila, hindi daw sila yan. Hindi daw kanilang ano yan. Pero if you look at closely, the signature of Ms. Pointon in the three documents that I've shown earlier, makikita nyo pare-parehas po yung kanilang signature. Bilang isang corporate secretary, bilang isang treasurer, at ito naman, bilang marketing director. So, in the next slide, makikita po natin na, yan, kitang-kita po, iisa at magkakamukha ang mga signature ni Ms. Maika Isabel Pointon, which Infinitus representative during the Senate inquiry was vehemently denying. So, kung niloloko tayo nito, diba, hindi po tayo expert sa signature, pero kung kayo tumingin yan, tingnan nyo nga, ano makikita nyo, halos pagkakamukha, pare-pareho, isang tao lamang ang pumirma. So, now, next slide. Show the next slide. Yan. Mas lalo pong nakakabahala, Mr. Chairman, lalo na may malinaw na koneksyon ang Infinitus sa Chinese Embassy. Ayon po sa ating naging pahayag ng isang direktor ng Infinitus during I think the Senate, his appearance in the Senate, he denied the very existence of the contract which they showed earlier. Sabi niya, hindi amin yan, hindi totoo yan, fake daw yun. So instead, he alleged that any payments received by Infinitus from the Chinese Embassy daw, yung kung check kanina na 930,000 pesos, sinasabi niya, were in connection with the services rendered for an event organized by the Chinese Embassy entitled the Award for Promoting Philippines-China Understanding, which was held at the Manila Hotel on June 8, 2023. So sinabi ko niya, yung 930,000 na cheque, namin niyang bayad sa kanila yun. Pero ito daw ay in connection with the services rendered dahil according to them, they are also event organizers. So aside from this, kinumpir na rin po ni Mr. Pinli that they are the PR company for the Chinese Embassy. Kung kaya naman, publicly accessible social media posts from Infinitus also reflect past engagements with the Chinese Embassy. Obviously, Mr. Chair, we are not denying their connection with the Chinese Embassy. Lahat po ng posting nila sa kanilang account, Facebook account, puro Chinese Embassy. So however, itong mga recent findings po natin ay nagpapakita na ang ugnayan ito ay hindi isang simpleng partnership lamang. These recent revelations shed light on just how deep, how embedded, and possibly how coordinated this relationship truly is. At base sa nilalaman ng mga dokumentong hawak natin ngayon, then this is no longer just a corporate arrangement. This touches already on national interest and security. So sa totoo lang, next slide please. Base sa mga dokumento na hawak natin ng committee ito, si Mr. Wu Chengqi, na Director of Media and Public Relations ng Chinese Embassy, mismo ang pumirma dun sa service agreement bilang representative ng embassy. Makikita naman din natin na sa mga litratong naka-flash ngayon dyan, si Mr. Wu Chengqi ay dumagalo rin sa mga events ng Infinitus. Pinapakita lamang ito na ang kanilang relasyon ay hindi lamang transactional, gaya ng sinasabi ng representative kung siya ay humarap sa Senado. His presence both in documents and actual engagements establishes a pattern of collaboration between Infinitus and Chinese Embassy. Kaya naman, Mr. Chair, at this point, I want to make a manifestation na there is a coordinated disinformation campaign or coordinated disinformation campaigns orchestrated by a foreign government through troll farms constitute a great threat to Philippine national security, especially amid ongoing disputes in the West Philippine Sea. While the full extent of Infinitus movement is yet to be determined, its documented ties to the Chinese Embassy demand thorough and urgent investigation by this honorable committee. This honorable committee must exercise its full authority to hold accountable all individuals found complicit in foreign-directed disinformation that undermines Philippine sovereignty and Philippine national interest. So, yun po, Mr. Chairman, I would have asked questions directly to the representative sana ng Infinitus kung siya po ay naka-attend. Dahil hindi po siya umattend, nakita ko na lamang po yung produkto ng research ng committee ito tungkol po sa involvement ng Infinitus gaya ng binanggit ni Senator Tolentino. So, thank you, Mr. Chair.